That's how audience is no longer annoying. Also, time to pull out the Doom Slayer, no doubt. Yes, I changed my crosshair for gamer purposes. Dang it. Nah. Nah. So everything on my loadout is random. You don't like what? Also, they debuffed the, oh, Jesus Christ. Behold, the big chainsaw, dude. Big chainsaw, dude. Dang it! I'm gonna do it. Game loadout. Oh,
limbo. Lust, all gone, with gluttony soon to follow. Your kind know nothing but hunger, purged all life on the upper layers, yet they remain unsatiated. As to you, you've taken everything from the machine, and now all that remains is perfect hatred. Slay the gore of your profane form across the stars! I will grind you down until the very spots cry for mercy! My hands shall relish ending you here and now! I will cut you down, make you apart, splay the gore of your profane form across the stars. I will grind you down until the very sparks cry for mercy. My hands shall relish ending you here and now. beaten by an object. Twice! I've only known the taste of victory this taste? Is this my blood? I've never known such relief. I need some time to think. We will meet again, machine. May your woes be many, and your days few.
Yo, yo, yo! Settler Zone Zero is...
I've made a bunch of videos highlighting and explaining different analog horror videos and the entities within them. In a few of those videos, I pointed out several ones you definitely wouldn't survive against if you came across them, or if they came across you. So naturally, I thought we should take a look at some entities you could definitely beat, and you may or may not have ever heard of them. For how terrifying and powerful some of these are, they're not invincible and they have weaknesses. All of you who've commented, "Nah, I'd win," or anything along the lines of that on my previous videos, this is your time to shine. Or, you know, you could just let me know how you'd actually just straight up lose instead. At the end of the video, I'll rank all of these entities from least powerful to most, which is more or less a way to rank which one would be easier or harder to beat. If you end up enjoying my video, check out my second channel Soda Jump, where a friend and I get silly playing games and posting some IRL content linked in the description, and of course, I'll have all of the analog horror I talked about in this video linked there too. But before we start, this video is sponsored by Manta Sleep. They create the world's best sleep masks and functional sleep accessories for all of your sleeping needs. Along with their standard sleep mask, they have a cooling, steaming, and weighted mask, a kid's mask, and other luxury options like the silk mask, one with a Bluetooth speaker built in, and the Pro mask they sent me. I've never used a sleep mask before, so I was blown away at just how well this thing works. The eye cups feel like fluffy clouds around my eyes and apply no pressure to them. It never felt like the mask was constricting my head, and I was also worried about the mask catching on my eyebrow piercing, but I was pleasantly surprised that it didn't. Especially since I was sleeping on my side and stomach. All of the masks have a 100% blackout effect thanks to the incredible eye cups too. It put me to sleep so fast, even with all of the entities and demons that make their way into my room on a nightly basis. I definitely beat them with this mask, and so can you. Manta Sleep believes that a great sleep and daily naps are a non-negotiable foundation needed to live your best life, and it shows in their products. So if you're interested in their sleep masks and accessories, use my link in the description to visit their website to shop and start your next steps to a better sleep. Thanks to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video, and with all of that being said, get your 12 gauges and demon cores ready as we dive into analog horror entities you could definitely beat. Let's start off with something that I never would have conceived existing, and that's Dog Nightmares by Piggy Soda. Where do I even start with this? This story follows a girl looking for her missing dog Bailey. She believes her dog is still out there and doesn't want to lose hope. And let me address the elephant in the room, the humanoid dogs. These are creations by William Wegman and appeared on Sesame Street as skits from around the 80s and 90s. The girl we follow throughout Dog Nightmares enjoys these skits and records them for us to see, and because her new best friend told her to do so as a part of her birthday present given to her by him. And this is where things get sinister. The girl would be left alone in her house when her parents are out, and they would tell her to never open the door for anyone, but they never said not to peer into the wall of the family home. There's straight up just a dog in there, a humanoid dog.
And then I met my new best friend. The end.
The humanoid dog seems to want to replace Bailey as the girl's new best friend as well. She even points out that someone has been tearing down Bailey's missing posters. Gee, who could that most likely be? It may have even done something to Bailey. So we've established what this thing is, and now it's time to beat it. Picture this, you live in this house with your partner and your daughter. What do? It doesn't seem like the dog has made its presence known to you or your partner either. So, unintentionally, you could prevent your daughter from interacting with it by patching up the giant hole in the wall of the house. How it got there is up in the air, but since your daughter hasn't made any serious claims of a new best friend existing, then I think it's likely that he could be found in the wall when patching it up by whoever fixes the wall, whether that be carpenters or you. If it's sealed in there and you don't know that it is, you'll eventually hear it bark for help or claw at the walls, and that's when you can call for authorities to rescue what you believe to be a normal dog. All of this is of course assuming that the humanoid dog has no other way out of the walls. But let's say you get into a confrontation with it. You come home earlier than usual and hear running coming from upstairs and see a shadowy figure launch itself into the wall. It's game over for the humanoid dog. One person watches the wall while you or your partner check on your daughter. Call the police and monitor that wall. If this monster tries to crawl out of it, injure it as much as you can by any means. This thing has been hanging around your daughter. It deserves no mercy. Even if you have no partner or daughter and it's just you and the humanoid dog, for all we know and have seen, it's just got the body of a human and the head of a dog. There's nothing special about it that we know of other than its head and its creepy factor. It may be more animalistic in its fight with you, but it's not an impossible fight. It's definitely beatable, especially if you have something you can injure or kill it with from afar.
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life watching ads? Guys, just download Pi. It's a free Google Chrome extension and it basically blocks ads for you. And it actually gets cooler.
For the next entity, we're going to be taking a look at Dr. Nowhere's The Oddity Compendium Inst 1. We can see that this is the first in a possible series. This video is a great way to learn about the many wonderful and strange oddities that exist inside of, outside of, and around our universe. And we'll be taking a look at the Fleshbeds, aka Mattress Folk. These things are parasitic subhumans that effortlessly resemble a bedding mattress, your bedding mattress. They were first discovered in the 1960s, and some of their DNA belongs to humans, and it's theorized that they were once a branch of Homo sapiens and they merged with the mycelial network. How these fleshbeds attack and kill their victims to sustain themselves is as follows. When their victim falls asleep on them, their body heat warms them up and wakes them from their dormant state. They slowly unfurl their bodies over time and then it attacks on a nice and warm night. You could definitely beat these things. They have one flaw that gives them away, and that's their warmth. If you go to bed and you feel that it's a bit warm, then you know that you're sleeping on a flesh bed. Turn off those electric blankets if you suspect anything too. So let's say you suspect that your mattress is a flesh bed. Now what? You wouldn't want to alert the flesh bed that you know of its presence just in case it's out of hibernation and ready to strike. So if you feel like taking it head on, prepare yourself since it can bite and scamper away. Block off all exits and bring a weapon like a chainsaw or something you can burn it with. However, it would still be in your bedroom, so you might just end up trashing the whole place, but at least the flesh bed would be dead, right? You could also alert the proper authorities and they could just deal with it for you. But to make things even easier for you, you could just deprive the creature of warmth. The start of the video suggests keeping a cold fan on while you sleep so it never comes out of hibernation. This will pretty much immobilize it so you can sleep on it. Which, I don't know why you'd want to, but any sort of source of cold temperature would do this. And you could do anything else you wanted to the flesh bed, like purging it or simply tossing it away. Simple. All you have to do is not give it warmth and you'll be fine. Let's now take a look at some entities from video game analog horror. I talked about some of these as well in my first analog horror entities you definitely wouldn't survive against video, and I think we should do it again. Video games always put challenges and obstacles in our ways in the form of creatures to defeat among other things, so they're ripe for analog horror. I covered Pokemon's analog horror earlier in 2024 with the homeboy Midnight Crick. A series we looked at as part of the video was the Ultra Beast Sightings Analog Horror. This was actually posted to the official Pokemon Go channel. Fei-Bei on YouTube has taken these Ultra Beast sightings and taken them a step further into something darker. There's 3 new Ultra Beasts in this video that you've never seen before that get their own small spotlights, and they're quite freaky. But I want to focus on one that we would all know, Nihilego, due to how it got a bit of a spotlight in Fei-Bei's video. The Ultra Beast data given to us by the Aether Foundation states that Nihilego's special interest is consuming human flesh and absorbing the body, which is loosely based on its Pokedex entries. When it feeds on people, it makes them act erratically too. It can fuse with the human body, creating a whole new anomaly as well. This refers to when a Nihilego merged with Lusamine in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So lock your doors and close your windows when these things are around. In my Pokemon Analog Horror video, I said that you'd be hopeless in stopping these interdimensional beings. But with some creativity, you could definitely beat these things. They're nothing like, say, a Guzzlord or anything that can use its size and physicality to intimidate and fight, so we just need to not fall for its tricks, and outsmart it when we need to. Since it'll be feeding on our flesh for sustenance, and will cause us to start acting erratically, we need to keep our distances from it at all times. That means not going around to investigate it when it's acting like a young girl, which its Pokedex entry says it does. This would merely be a way for it to lure you in with its innocent behavior. In a way, so would approaching it when it's feeding on someone. Since they'll be acting erratically, you may be injured and could become Nihilego's next victim. So if you're at a distance, you can safely dispose of the Ultra Beast in any way you'd like. But say you do get into a close encounter with the Ultra Beast, you better hope you have something like a pole or another weapon with long reach or range, since if it can reach out to touch you, you're already in danger. Really, a long-range weapon that can shoot something would be super effective against them. But just for fun, I won't rule out having a Pokemon or Ultra Beast to fight with you like I did in my Pokemon Analog Horror video. It's a rock and poison type, so any Pokemon that's resistant to that or any moves that are super effective against those types should be good. And if you had a Beast Ball, then it should be an easy catch. Just don't underestimate the sheer numbers of them.
I found this site called Box.gg that'll let you unbox packs on their site and they'll ship the physical cards straight to you. Let's open a few and see what we get. They've got digital boxes that are filled with tons of awesome Pokemon, Magic, or One Piece cards. Okay, I'm shooting for an orange, but that's pretty good, that's okay. Oh, a purple, alright, I'll take that. There we go, Latias.
Sticking to video games, we'll be looking at Splatoon for the next entity. If you've been following my deep dives into Analog Horror, you'll know that I first started talking about all of this stuff when covering Germ's Grizzco tapes. In the Grizzco tapes, an inkling by the name of Kaya Shiryu goes missing on a salmon run shift and it causes quite the stir. Rightfully so, this could all affect the Grizzco company's bottom line. There's a lot of conspiracy and hints here and there to something nefarious going on with the disappearance, but I don't want to go crazy spoiling things. Instead, I'll spoil Splatoon 3 because we need to know who Mr. Grizz is and if we are to beat him. Yes, that's right, Mr. Grizz is the Analog Horror entity here, at least the only one we can properly talk about in this series at the moment. He's the main antagonist of Splatoon 3 and could be interacted with in Splatoon 2 thanks to the Salmon Run game mode. So to be able to beat Mr. Grizz, we can go through 2 or legal action. In Splatoon 3's story mode, we finally got to see who this mysterious Mr. Grizz was, and we got to see that he was just a big, brown, sentient bear driven to turning everything on Earth into mammals. If you were a squid kid or just a regular human, you need to keep your distance from this thing at all costs. Getting too close to it to engage in combat puts you at such a high risk of death. Bears are physically stronger than a squid kid or even you. Just like with Nihilego, something with a long reach would do the trick. A very long reach since brown bears are huge. And Mr. Grizz is enormous for one. And again, a ranged weapon would be great here, like a splatter shot. Inklings have the ability to swim through their own ink, so you could use that to your advantage and then continue to shoot at Mr. Grizz and hide away when need be. But this is all assuming you can get near Mr. Grizz. Something tells me he'd have some kind of protection and underground ties. So let's take a look at taking legal action to beat him, because I'll tell you what, Kaya's parents definitely have a case against Mr. Grizz. So we know Kaya went missing on shift and never returned. Her parents would have found it strange that she didn't come back the night of her shift or in the morning after. So a missing persons case was filed and spread like wildfire over the news. Kaya was 14 and would have turned 15, so the severity is heightened because it's a missing child's case. It's also very likely that Kaya went missing during a King Samanid attack thanks to the horn we hear signaling the appearance of one in a video showing her last few minutes before going missing on shift. This was submitted to the authorities behind Mr. Grizz's back, so we have legal proof that she was attacked and was taken by a Samanid on shift despite the low quality of the video and audio. So at a minimum, we can rule that Kaya went missing and is most likely dead.